This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to be looking at Skeletor, the evil Lord of Destruction from Masters of the Universe. And I cannot remember what the hell they called this scale. Was it core or something like that? I don't remember. I'll have to look it up and probably have the correct name in the title. But until then, let's take a look at this. This was one of those items that was up for sale during Walmart's CancelCon, and well, I found it in the store, which surprised the hell out of me. I'd still like to find the Samurai Armor He-Man from 2000X in the store since that order got canceled. But, you know, I don't have that kind of luck on me. This was the one that I could have actually ordered, though, from CancelCon because it was the only thing still available when I got on. And I didn't do it because I didn't care that much to order it by itself. And I figured if I saw it in the wild, I would probably consider picking it up. I saw it in the wild and I picked it up. So let's go ahead and flip this around to the back, where we see Masters of the Universe, The Revenge of Skeletor. And we see Skeletor standing there getting ready to pee on something. No, I'm just kidding. With the red beast man in the back, and it appears that he's carrying a Tila. Well, let's go ahead and open this up so we can take a look at the figure. I don't know how I keep on managing to lose the clippers that I have, but I do. Boy, his head just popped right off of there. Fucking tape. I absolutely hate tape. Good Lord. Okay, well, let's talk about this figure, shall we? So this is a new scale, which is exactly what we needed. I think actually that this was supposed to be like, well, everything else I'd seen for this scale was like the upcoming movie figures. So, this guy's kind of more like a preview figure, I guess, although he's not really based on the movie. God, I hate the way this thing fits in here. Like, seriously. Thing. I currently am not sure I would consider picking up any more figures in this scale right now, for various reasons. But let's just talk about this guy. He's got a lot of gold. There are so many jokes I could make right now that would probably get me booted off of YouTube that I don't think I will. But surprisingly, he has a soft goods cape that isn't particularly soft, but we got metallic gold on this side of it, and, you know, just kind of like this bluish gray black thing here. His skull is in the gold, as well as the Havoc staff, which has a different design than most of them. I mean, the Ram's head is still pretty much the same. This is more textured than what we usually get, and of course, there's actually some wraps here, and the bottom is more stylized. I will say this. I like the Havoc staff design here. I think it looks really nice. He does have foot peg holes, by the way. Jesus, look at the size of that toe right there. Holy crap. We can get him to stand up on his own, so that's probably a plus. But the gold paint looks pretty good overall. But let's first go ahead and take a look at the articulation. While the head is on a ball joint, as we saw when it popped off when I was taking the whole thing off, once it's in place, you can actually only spin it left and right. You can't get any other movement out of it, so that's kind of pointless. The arms, we're going to take that out, can spin up and down. His harness does kind of, interfere with this, but you can get past there if you want. Oh, shit. It's hard to move. We have a single joint in the elbow, and we can spin at the arm, elbow, from the peg there. We can spin the wrist, and we have in and out articulation on the hand. We do a 360 on the waist. We can spread his legs out so far for the splits. We can kick forward pretty far and kick back only a little. So far, the movements are pretty much the same as Origins is, although this is, again, a different scale than Origins. We do not have a boot cut. We do have a single joint in the knee, and there is the peg there so you can spin it. So if we wanted to try to do a sitting position for this guy, he kind of does it like that. I will say this, though. They did paint all of his nails, so that's cool. It's too bad they didn't paint his fingernails also. Oh, God. I'm trying to get that crap off. Man, what a pain in the ass. Also, I'm just going to point out, the figure is not designed to pull apart, as we kind of saw earlier. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the body here. The body does kind of appear like it may be just a small version of the cartoon collection body. Since we don't have a 2000X Skeletor quite yet, here is a 2000X He-Man body. And honestly, like I said, they do look pretty similar in their design, although not exactly the same as I kind of was expecting them to be. But yeah, still pretty close. So this is a whole new scale for Masters of the Universe products, and I don't think I'm too thrilled with it, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, it's not a bad looking figure in all regards. Like, he is actually pretty cool looking. The head sculpt's really nice, honestly. But do we really need another scale that's just a little bit smaller than Origins? And he's got almost all the same articulation, except for when it comes down to the legs. The boot cut's gone and the ankle swivel is gone. But aside from that, everything else was still there. And of course, the one additional thing with him is that his parts don't come apart like Origins did. So it is probably a cheaper figure to produce. And being the fact that it does cost half the price of an Origins figure, yeah, that removal of articulation is probably the big money savings thing here. But as far as this goes, I don't know if I would pick up any more in this line, just because, again, do we really need another scale? Of course, then there's the question of how Chronicles is going to do with the scale also, which we'll be taking a look at one of those figures here tomorrow. That being said, I don't know if there's any reason to buy this figure unless you just want a cool looking Skeletor. And he is cool looking. I do like the look of this one. But he's not going to fit on your shelves with any of the other Masters of the Universe stuff you have. And that, to me, is an issue. But why don't you let me know what you guys think in the comments below? And if you enjoyed this look at this new Skeletor figure in this new Masters of the Universe figure size, which I just still can't remember what the hell they were calling it. But if you do know, please feel free to comment in the comments below. But if you did enjoy this review, please feel free to havoc that like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense in the future, you can subscribe. Feel free to knock on that notification bell. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.